If you launched a rocket toward Venus today, our closest planetary neighbor, you'd still be traveling for months. Real missions have taken anywhere from about 3 to 6 months just to arrive. That's the planet right next door, and it's about to get a lot stranger from there. The reason we underestimate these numbers is that nothing in daily life prepares us for distances measured in tens of millions of miles. We're used to thinking in hours and days, in trips across a city or a country. Space doesn't operate on that scale, and our intuition simply has nothing to compare it to. Take Mercury. It's the closest planet to the Sun, and technically one of the closest planets to Earth at certain points in their orbits. You'd expect a quick trip. Instead, real missions to Mercury have taken years. NASA's Messenger spacecraft took about 6.5 years to arrive, and Bepi Colombo, a more recent mission, is taking roughly 7. That's longer than it takes to reach some planets far more distant than Mercury. Here's why. Getting to Mercury isn't really about distance at all. It's about speed. Earth is already moving incredibly fast around the Sun, and so is anything launched from it. To actually enter orbit around Mercury, a spacecraft has to shed an enormous amount of that speed, or it will just fly past. Engineers solve this with repeated gravity-assist flybys, swinging past Venus and Mercury itself multiple times to slowly bleed off velocity. It's not a straight shot. It's a years-long looping deceleration. Mars tells a different story. A trip there typically takes around 7 months, using a fairly direct transfer orbit, timed to when Earth and Mars are positioned well relative to each other. It's genuinely one of the more efficient trips in the solar system, which is part of why Mars missions launch on a tight, recurring schedule, roughly every 2 years, whenever that alignment comes back around. Then there's Jupiter, and the numbers stretch even further. A spacecraft aiming to actually orbit Jupiter, like NASA's Juno mission, spent about 5 years in transit. Even New Horizons, one of the fastest spacecraft ever launched, needed over a year just to reach Jupiter on its way to somewhere even farther out. None of these numbers are fixed either. Travel time depends heavily on launch windows, the relative positions of Earth and the destination planet, and how much fuel a mission is willing to spend for a faster, more direct path versus a slower, more efficient one. The same trip to the same planet can take dramatically different amounts of time, depending on exactly when you leave and what trade-offs the mission is built around. So go back to that first number, months, just to reach Venus, the planet closest to our own. If that already breaks your sense of scale, consider that Mercury can take even longer, despite being nearer. That Mars is one of the rare efficient trips in the entire solar system, and that Jupiter sits years away by comparison. Our solar system isn't just big, it's big in ways that don't behave the way distance behaves anywhere else in your life.